Chapter 11. Sarita! Aarti gasped dramatically as Sarita stepped out of the lift and into the lawns to meet her friends. She had been off WhatsApp and her phone for the last 2 days, and the women had started to worry about her. When they saw her right arm in a bandage and a sling around her neck, they were shocked. "What happened?" they asked in unison. Sarita had decided that she would not tell her friends the whole truth about how she got a fracture in her arm. "Nothing, yaar," she said casually. "A minor accident." But they insisted on knowing the whole story, so Sarita made one up. "I got hurt in the gym, was doing some weights and pulled a ligament. Kept going and it worsened." Natasha looked unconvinced but didn't say anything. Aarti sympathized immediately and said, "You poor thing, how are you feeling now?" "Was really painful for the last 2 days. Was on heavy painkillers that made me so drowsy I couldn't even message you guys." "Don't worry about that," Geeta said and hugged Sarita. "Tell us if you need any help. It looks really bad." "There is a silver lining to this entire scenario," Sarita smiled. "Now I can hire a cook. My husband has put his foot down with his parents and insisted we get a cook. I'm off kitchen duty. I hope I can twist his arm into keeping her for life." She threw such a fit about it that her husband had to agree to all her terms and conditions. He also found himself agreeing to Sarita's demand that he would look for a separate house for his parents as well. She was mighty pleased with the situation. She didn't know whether he would carry out his promise, but he had made her feel very good when she was upset. The girls thought it was quite brave of Sarita to remain so positive despite such pain. Natasha, though, had something else in mind. There was something Sarita wasn't telling them. She was sure. She decided that she would ask Rahul for the real story behind his mother's fracture. She said to Sarita, "I'll send you my cook. She's great. Try her out. My cleaning maid is terrible though, but I can't replace her. She's at least trustworthy." Aarti nodded. "I've had the same cleaning woman for years. I can't even tell her what to do anymore because she gets upset." "These damn maids think that they own us," Geeta said, grinding her teeth. "I know, it's the same thing with my maid," Natasha chimed in. "We can't live with them and we can't live without them." "I agree," Sarita said. "But guys, on another topic, don't you think the security in this building sucks?" "Why? Did something happen?" Aarti asked as she munched on a mini chocolate croissant that Geeta was passing around. Sarita's voice was hoarse with frustration. "I was in the lift with Riya yesterday and a labourer entered. The way he looked up and down at my daughter, bloody fool! Who are these people who are allowed to enter our lift? Why can't they use the servants' lift?" Geeta was horrified. "Oh my God, what did you do?" Sarita shrugged her shoulders and replied, "What could I do? I never know in these times who will fall for whom. I told Riya to hold her tongue and not say anything mean to him. That child could slap a person if she wanted to. Who knows if he will stalk her and, God forbid, throw acid on her?" Geeta shrieked, "Sarita, don't even say these things." She shivered at the thought. She had 2 daughters and was extremely worried. Aarti, who had a young son, didn't seem too perplexed. "Geeta, these croissants are delicious," she said. "Where did you get them from?" Geeta looked at her and wondered how Aarti could make every conversation about only her. If she wasn't interested in the topic, she would soon change the direction of the conversation. Geeta smiled. "I made them." Aarti really was vapid, Geeta thought, but sweet in her own way. Natasha's jaw dropped as she helped herself to another croissant. "Seriously? These are superb. How did you even learn to cook like this?" Geeta was pleased. "Well, I have plenty of time at home and I love experimenting in the kitchen." "Seriously, Geeta, you should have a catering service or open a restaurant or something," gushed Aarti. "These are too good for just friends and family." "Thanks, but I'm on a diet," Sarita said as Geeta passed the box to her. She looked at the mini treats that everyone was raving about. "Just have one, Sarita. What's with all this dieting now?" Natasha asked, looking very happy with chocolate in her mouth. But Sarita was adamant. "The best way to lose weight is to shake your head from left to right when never offered anything good," She shut her jaw tight to show her determination at not giving in to temptation. And everything good is illegal, immoral, or fattening, Aarti said cheekily. They all laughed and agreed. Geeta was pleased that her friends enjoyed her afternoon occupation. She had started speaking to Sahil again, under the pretense of cooking something new that he should try. Then he would come over and eat it, and inevitably shower her with some praise. Those few words of appreciation and those moments of attention were enough to brighten Geeta's day. She began to think that she really needed that in her life to be a better person and a calmer mother. "Come on, Sarita, have a taste of my croissant," Geeta said. Sarita gave in, took a piece, and rolled her eyes as she took one bite. "Wow! These I could bust my diet for." "What are you going on a diet for anyway?" Natasha asked. "I'm taking this quite seriously, guys. I'm doing research on different diets on the internet also," Aarti remarked. "You? And the internet? How? You can't even send a WhatsApp message. Diet, internet. Where's our old Sarita gone?" Hearing Aarti talk of WhatsApp reminded Natasha of Rahul. Her face flushed and she had to look down. Rahul had been sending her naughty jokes on WhatsApp, and she had not been ignoring them at all. It had come to a phase where they looked forward to chatting with each other on a daily basis. He had asked her if he could come to her place this week to finally do that sketch of hers they had talked about that afternoon at the coffee shop. To that message, she hadn't replied yet, as she was unsure if it was the right thing to do. She looked at Rahul's mother, sitting right next to her. She justified her behavior by thinking that maybe she and Sarita weren't such great friends after all. Just then, Sarita said, "We must all keep up with Natasha. Look at you. You're still so graceful and beautiful." Sarita gave her such a warm smile that Natasha felt even worse that she was flirting with her son. No, she would forbid him from messaging her. She would tell him that she was a happily married woman and a great friend of his mother's. "Listen to this joke," Aarti said, as she read out from her phone. In an art gallery, a couple saw a picture of a girl covered only by leaves. The husband stood watching. Finally, the wife said, "Should we go home, or are you waiting for a breeze?" The girls dissolved into fits of laughter as they started exchanging a few more jokes. Then Natasha suggested, "Hey, why don't we have a party?" The idea excited all the girls. "Totally," chirped Sarita. "We can call the husbands also." The girl shoved her playfully. "No husbands this time, just us. We always have a party with them." "Remember the time when we all went to Goa?" said Aarti. "What fun that was." It had been quite some time now since the four of them travelled with their children. "Of course I remember," Geeta said. It was probably the last time Shailesh had said anything nice to her. Anu wasn't yet born then. Sarita got us matching hats and we danced at the bonfire night completely drunk. "What fun times those used to be. Let's have another party like that," Natasha said. They began to plan, but with everyone's erratic schedules, it seemed impossible to set anything concrete. None of them had a clue that there would be a party though, and it would be the last time they would be together as friends. The good times they once had would dissolve into accusations and tempers flying, and it would lead to the biggest fallout amongst the group that would change their lives forever.